told me God would never leave me, but I can't recall not one time he stood by my side. And I can't write about how I grew up in the inner city without some Mr. Diddy trying to show me they care through financial pity, like it was only money I was missing. And I can't write about the countless drug deals I did at my mother's home and not even stop to think that it was my mother's life I was risking. And I can't write about how after my father left, all the dating mistakes my mother made. And I can't write about all the tears I seen fall from my eyes from all the games her boyfriends played. And I can't write about the attempted molestations growing up with the frustrations. It wasn't all my fault. And I can't write about how when my uncle used to pull my drawers down, I was thinking it was natural, and I can't even begin to tell you what the fuck my uncle thought. Just to realize years later the same thing to him his father brother taught him. And I can't write about how my father proudly watched me grow. And I can't write about my love for another person because all my love walked out when he left 27 years ago. And I dare any one of you to write about happiness after your younger brother and sister looks at you like you were supposed to know. And I can't write about black queens because my mother was always referred to as being a bitch or a hoe. And I can't write about long walks in the park because I was dodging bullets just trying to make it to the corner store. And what people don't understand is that if I just had to write about happiness, I just couldn't write no more.
Your soul